Alright everyone, I am back again. This time I am in a 2016?
Yes.
2016 Toyota Landcruiser, which is kind of an achievement for me because I am a huge Toyota nut when it comes to Toyota four-wheel drive, and this is the ultimate Toyota four-wheel drive vehicle.
Yes.
And of course we're driving it out here on this lovely off-road course, Business Loop 70. And yeah, I mean, there's potholes and there's all kinds of gnarly off-road objects out here for us to have to deal with. So yeah, the perfect vehicle. Also perfect for getting the kids to soccer practice, as well as just cruising around. So we just had to stop for gas because this beast was thirsty. And you know, again, you don't buy one of these for the fuel economy, you buy it for everything else. And these things brand new, or we were talking about it, almost $90,000.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's not even really a whole lot of option groups. You just get it fully loaded.
Comes away.
They just pretty much come with like everything that you can possibly want. If I'm right, this is even a refrigerator.
Yeah, got a cooler down underneath here. Yep,
yeah.
absolutely. Box cool, power on and off.
Okay. Which would come in handy for you know, juice boxes for the kids,
soda,
or you know, if you're gonna have a tailgate party, you could throw some other stuff in there too. Great for MU games or things like that. So we're just kind of cruising around here. We're talking about cars, and hopefully we're not going to hit this Ford Focus. Okay, decided not to pull out. That was a good call on his part because we'd probably go right up and over. So what I like about this vehicle, we just got out of another SUV, and you know, it was just like, it blew my mind at how different that thing was than what I'm used to driving. But this thing, it's like I'm floating on a cloud. We got out of a BMW M6 earlier that rode like a dream for a car, but for an SUV, this thing floats, man, and I mean floats. And we're going around a roundabout right now, so I can tell you how the suspension kind of handles. And it's not bad. It actually it handles a lot better than you would think. But we were talking about the last SUV and its off-road ability, and I think this one is probably more likely to actually be used in any type of off-road situation than a Mercedes G-Wagon. But apparently a Mercedes G-Wagon also really incredible off-road. But this thing, I'm looking at the stuff down here, and I'm seeing that we have like different crawl modes. We've got looks like some sort of like hill ascent control road. Obviously, you've got your 4-high. You've got center differential lock. The thing that we were really enjoying earlier is we've got this thing in auto air conditioning mode, and it's got an auto mode for the heated and cooled seats. So, well, can you get better than that? I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. You push a button, you go, and you're just feeling that nice cool breeze on your back. I've never owned a vehicle that had cooled seats in it before, but I gotta get one. I gotta get one because it's so nice. It won't be this one though, because I don't have 400,000 subscribers yet, so I'm not quite buying you know, vehicles of this caliber. Which this one isn't bad. I think 2016. I don't know what it's listed at, but
be a 69,000.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Not anywhere near the $80,000+ that these things came out with new. And this is a year-old vehicle, so yeah, I mean,
20,000 miles later. It's been driven a little bit. Nice truck.
And that's okay. If I had this thing, I would drive the snot out of it.
Everywhere I went, I'd take it with me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think it's got a third row back there, if I'm right.
Definitely.
Folds down in the back so that I can, you know, put my teenager in the very back so that he won't pick on my 8-year-old daughter. So that's probably for the best.
Screens in both headrests.
Oh yeah.
DVD entertainment.
Big old giant sunroof, which that's a Toyota thing, really.
Yeah.
My old 4Runner has a big old giant sunroof, which I love as well. But that comes, I think, standard in this. You don't even have to get an option for that. But yeah, no, we're just kind of cruising around here. This thing is amazing. I wish that there was like an area that we could try some of this off-road stuff.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'm gonna work on that.
Probably not going to do that in a vehicle that they're getting ready to try and sell to somebody else. You know, if it was me that they were selling it to, then they'd probably be okay with. But we're not going to do that today. But yeah, no, this thing is pretty incredible. And I'm digging this wood steering wheel. And it's actually, it feels high quality. And they make this and a Lexus model too. I believe
Yes.
the LX 570
Yeah.
is what they call it. But I'm pretty sure I don't really see how Toyota could make this, you know, much less luxurious in a Landcruiser than they could in a Lexus. So probably literally, if you buy an LX 570, you're getting the same thing with Lexus badges, because this thing is incredible. And again, we just got out of some really high-end cars, and something was just beeping at me there.
I think your lane departure alert's on.
Oh, okay.
This will keep you on the road as
Well,
well
good.
as off the road. So.
Good lane departure. Okay, well that's a thing that I'm not used to. But okay, well I'm glad that you knew what that was, because I'm like, I'm getting beeped at. What am I doing wrong?
It happens frequently these days.
Anyway, I was talking about the interior. This dash is like nice soft surface. You know, it's not leather wrapped or anything like that, but these vehicles are
Great tolerances on the
so
dash.
nice.
Yeah, super pretty.
And what I really like about this is, you know, you don't look like you're some obnoxious. We were just at a G63.
The Don.
And it looks, when you're riding around in the G63, it literally looks like you're in the mafia or something like that. And when you're riding around in this car, you know, you wouldn't, if you were an outsider looking in, you wouldn't even take a second look at it. You would just look at it and be like, ah, cool.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's part of the appeal to a vehicle like this is you have all of those nice features, but you don't have to look like you're, you know, trying to show off or anything like that. Which there's nothing wrong with people that drive, you know, G63s and, you know, flashy cars and things like that. Honestly, I would probably be one if I had the funds to do it. But yeah, not everybody wants that. I know a lot of people that, you know, they have enough money to afford nice things, and they just don't want people. You know, I know a guy who has a Lotus Evora, and he doesn't want anyone to know that he owns a Lotus Evora. He like literally, he said he's offered for me to do a review on it. He said, if we do a review on this car, I am not going to be there because I don't want people to know.
It's interesting. Yeah,
and I
it
kind of
makes
appreciate
sense, though.
that.
I can
You know, he
appreciate
doesn't
that.
want to show off that
Yep.
he has, you know, lots of money. The only reason why he bought that car,
Loves it.
well, he loves it, and he's got 2 kids that are, I think, like 11 years old, and he wants them to grow up to be car people.
Car people.
You can't
Well,
possibly
Lotus
beat
will
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he would probably love something like this. As a matter of fact, I think he's actually looking right now at importing like an old Rover or something into the U.S. or
Very
something.
neat.
Anyway, so we're just kind of cruising around here. Again, I'm with Will from Pre-Owned of Columbia, and he probably wants to give a quick shout out here and talk about what he does a little bit.
Absolutely, I'd love to, Ryan. Thank you very much. I've been riding around in these cars all day, and the really cool thing about this is I always get to go on test drives. I always get in there, but I take the first drive. I've been kind of putting people in the vehicle, showing them what it can do, how it works, just in case you're nervous on that day you're at the dealership and you don't really feel like driving it quite like it's yours yet. I'll do that in any of them. But Ryan's doing a really good job of that, so I'm getting to experience how some of these vehicles ride, how they drive, what you feel like in the passenger seat, not only physically but emotionally. He'd mentioned how in the AMG we felt like mafia dons, and it's true. We're going through town, you know, everybody's looking at you, you feel big, you feel substantial. Now we're in the Landcruiser, and there is no lack of luxury in this vehicle. I love it. I love the way I feel in it. We're just floating around. But yeah, Will Dotson, Pre-Owned of Columbia. We're 1510 I-70 Drive Southwest, just down from Mercedes. We are an extension of Mercedes-Benz. You can expect all of our vehicles to stand tall. I've got a car for everybody, from a farm truck to a Ferrari. I can get it. Let me know. Come see me. My big thing is I've got glass bottles of Coke in there. Come have a Coke with me. Let's talk about cars. That's what I love to do.
And in all seriousness, Will, when we're all done here, we're going to talk about a Porsche.
That's it.
I want you to find something for me if you can.
You can do, man. Absolutely, can do. That's kind of the fun of it too, when you're on the hunt and you find the right car and you get to show the customer, hey, I think I found what you're looking for. It's just a really good time. To be honest with you, I make a lot more friends than I do customers and clients and prospects. I really just find myself with a whole bunch of numbers in my phone and a whole bunch of different reasons to call people because we have common interests. Cars.
Right. And then, you know, earlier I was asking you a couple of questions about, you know, your memories about cars, your first car, things along those lines. You know, I like to just kind of let you, you know, kind of talk about why you got into selling cars in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. Selling cars right out of high school. Right out of high school, going to junior college, community college. My family had a few different businesses, restaurants. I tried that, but I wanted to get out there, and I just was allured by, initially, I'll be honest with you, I was really drawn to the fact that the harder I worked, the more money I could make, the more successful I could be, and I could drive one of these cars someday. Well, then it kind of turned into a passion for me, and like I said, I get to meet people, I get to meet cool people. I'm one of those guys that's open to new experiences, so when a customer comes in, 90% of the time, whether they buy a car or not, they leave as a friend. So that's what really drew me to the business, was just a little experimentation. I found out I had the gift of gab, and here I am.
And I got to be honest with you, you know, if you ever started up a YouTube channel, I think you'd do really good.
Man, I love that.
You do seem to have the voice for it, and you have the energy for it.
Thank you very
whenever
much.
I get on the camera and I just kind of turn myself on,
Yeah.
and you know, but you know, if people know me kind of outside of this, they know that I'm kind of a little bit more laid back individual.
I've noticed that about you
Things
today.
like-
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of wondering.
But you know, you get me on camera, and I get really excited because I love talking about cars, and I really appreciate you today stopping. And I mean, for gosh sake, guys, it's Mother's Day. He's out here. He's been out here for hours with me.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about cars, and it's been great. And you know, I gotta buy you a beer or something.
You
like
got
that.
it, man. Absolutely.
I totally owe you big for this.
Cool.
But anyway, I want to thank you again for letting me
Got
drive
it.
these things. And we're in a, like I said, a 16 Landcruiser, and this has been kind of a dream come true for me. So
And it
anyway,
is for sale.
it is apparently for sale again. So yeah, I mean, again, we were talking about in another video, everything's for sale for the right price.
That's right.
Anyway, we'll see you guys later, and we'll catch you on the next video.